Looks really cool.
Is it on Pixar or anything?
It was. I think it's going to be out in January.
I feel like literally every tabletop game that comes out now starts on Pixar.
Hey, this is Nick from SUPERDIVORCE.
Oh, I'm gonna come around.
Oh, you're going to come around?
Yeah.
Bender's having some cheesecake. A slice of cheesecake.
Slice of cheesecake. Some cheese snake.
It's like a chocolate, what is this? It's got chocolate chips and chocolate,
Chocolate sauce.
chocolate chips, chocolate sauce, a chocolate, would you call it a sauce or a drizzle?
A drizzle. It's a drizzle. A chocolate crust.
The crust looks regular.
No, that's a.
Oh, well, the
chocolate
bottom.
crust.
Yeah, down the bottom. I was looking at the back. Right there
There's
is
a crustless back.
Oh, okay. It's a what's a regular? It's a vanilla cheesecake,
Yeah.
or whatever you want to call it,
This is a swirl. There's a.
with a chocolate swirl top, with chocolate chips and a chocolate drizzle,
It's an overload, really.
and a chocolate crust with a crustless back. Enjoy, chefs.
Oh,
Yeah.
How was your 4th yesterday?
Good.
Or is this the celebration?
We went to the fireworks last night in West Carrollton,
Okay.
over in Old Roberts parking lot. If you know where that is. No? Do you know where Woody's was? No? The old grocery store? Well,
I don't think I know West Carrollton very well.
no. Well, too bad. So this is, we haven't been together for a live video in a while.
Oh, well, we haven't done a live video with me sober. That's what we haven't done.
Is this the first one?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I think so. We're getting a very different...
You're not passed out on my front porch for once. I went live earlier today
Did you?
from the KFC drive-through line. Jess called and asked me to get her some mashed potatoes, and I ended up streaming for almost 15 minutes.
In the line?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, it was a long wait.
Did they have to, like harvest the potatoes?
That's what, yeah, I was wondering what was going on. It's ridiculous. Hey, Schloyer! There's my dog. What?
I'm getting a dog.
Oh, did you get approved for the,
No, well, I didn't get approved. It's a weird thing. Like, so the woman called me on Tuesday when I was supposed to have this visit, and she's like, she called me. She's like, okay, I'm just getting off work. I have to go pick him up in Beaver Creek. Like, are you ready for him? Are you ready to take him? And I was like, take him? Like pay for him, or like, are you just coming for a visit? And she was like, oh no, like, are you ready to pay for it? And I was like, well, I don't have money right now. Like, I get paid Friday, but I was like, I was under the impression this was a home visit.
Yeah.
She goes, well, yeah, but pending, the director's like approval and everything, you can adopt him. Just like, okay, which one is it? Are you like wanting me to buy the dog today, or are you waiting for approval from your director person? So she was like, well, we can just reschedule. And I was like, that's fine. So next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, he's coming over, and I guess I'm just gonna be ready to adopt him. I don't know,
so is there a charge or not?
There's a charge. It's $200.
Yeah.
But I thought he was just coming for a visit, and then she even led me to believe that like he might stay overnight just to like hang out,
Yeah. Get a feel for
get
it.
a feel for it or whatever. Because she was like, oh, if things go well, he might be able to stay overnight. That's not the same as if things go well, you might get to keep him forever.
Yeah.
That is, we're gonna come visit. and maybe he can stay overnight, and then we'll talk about you being approved. It's very misleading, but I guess I'm just going to be prepared to take him completely on Tuesday, because I don't know why they would not approve me. I have a whole house and a whole yard, and it's like, I'm not worried about it, but it's just like, you're giving me mixed signals here, lady. But it's worth it for a 3-legged dog. You know?
Yeah, but I feel like some people would be like hesitant, so they should be treating the situation very carefully, so the dog doesn't end up homeless.
Yeah, right. I feel like
they wouldn't want to jerk you around and then have you be like, no.
Right.
I thought we were doing this and we're doing this. No, just don't worry about it.
Well, he's in a foster home right now.
Oh, okay.
He's not like in a shelter or a pound.
Oh, okay.
Or
I was thinking it was like at a pound or a shelter or something.
Yeah,
so.
I assumed the same because it is like adopt a pit rescue shelter or something, but I guess all their dogs are kept in foster, so that's why she had to go, because they're based in like Germantown.
Yeah.
But she had to drive out to Beaver Creek to get him, and then literally turn around and come back to Middletown. So I should get him on Tuesday.
Did you see? I don't know if you probably did. What? What's going on?
Just out there trying to entertain people by going.
Just tell him no one.
I did. Bobby keeps laughing at him.
Tell him he's got to get some new material.
I did. You tell him.
I'm live right now.
Get some content.
I don't want to put my kid on live YouTube videos.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be on our regular music video. I feel like that's enough.
Yeah.
You know? It just seems wrong. It seems wrong to like pimp your kid out on live YouTube videos.
You gotta knock it off. You gotta save everybody out there. He's getting too carried away.
The regular music video I can justify because he had to work for that. It was a long day's work, you know?
Why do you have me on your video?
I don't.
Oh, thank God.
It's in selfie mode right now.
Okay, good.
You never tell.
This isn't my best day. Those are long gone.
Oh, hush.
I'm gonna go try to remedy this.
Okay.
Have fun.
Did you see my video last night or see what I was talking about? I did a little bit of a Star Wars video.
Did you?
Yeah. I saw that because I saw an article from Bleeding Cool that
The James Gunn thing?
that he said Star Wars fans need therapy.
Yeah.
If they
Which,
basically like if you don't like the direction Star Wars is going and you're vocal about it, you need to go to therapy.
well, I skimmed the article, I'm sure you read it too.
Yeah, I read the whole
And
thing.
like one of the quotes was like, he was calling out the fans that like bullied Kelly Marie Tran, and he was calling out the people that like, he was calling out the people that bullied, but then he did also say, oh, if you don't like the direction of the movie, like, you can't like spew hate at the writers. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's exactly who should be getting the
Not
hate.
Kelly Marie Tran.
Yeah,
not
I agree with
the
that.
actors.
I said that.
Everybody's like citing, all of a sudden like an article broke about how Jar Jar Binks actor considered suicide after episode 1.
Yeah.
And now like suddenly this whole debate is reopened, even though that came out like fucking 15 years ago.
Yeah, because they mentioned his name in that article, and I was like, maybe it's because I didn't really research the history behind Jar Jar Binks' actor, but I heard people shit-talking Jar Jar Binks.
Not the actor that played him.
I never heard his name brought up. I think last night was the first time I've ever read it and paid attention to it, because he's mentioned this article. And it's like, yeah, of course, the actors and the actresses, that don't bug them, but as far as like the writers and the creative directors behind what's coming out, they're fair game as far as I'm concerned, as long as you're not threatening their lives,
Right.
you know, or like harassing them in public. But if you go on their like Twitter account and at them, I don't think that that's tantamount to like ruining their lives or anything. It's like you have to be ready for that.
I feel like very like recently, last couple weeks, or even like since we've been having this ongoing Last Jedi discussion, I haven't been paying super close attention, but I'm like worried about the state of Star Wars. Like because the creative team is so fucking resistant to the fans, and then the fans, some fans are like taking it way too far, and starting to like spew all this hate and shit, and then the creative team is like, oh, can't do that. You're spewing hate now. Like, look at you.
Just by disagreeing at this point. Now it's like if you vocally say something like, "The Last Jedi was horrible," they'll be like, "Oh, it's another one of those butthurt man babies."
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And it's like both sides are like, it's really weird the like public relationship that's going on between people in charge of Star Wars and Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
Like,
I've never seen a franchise that big where the people in charge making the creative decisions are so openly like hateful towards the fan base. You know? And I think that their actions and what they're saying to people online and such is just fueling the hatred and making it worse.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, I've been a fan of this for between, some people like 30 years at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
I can say that I've been a Star Wars fan for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Probably at least 25 years.
Some people 40, I guess, at this point. Literally. If you saw it in 77, you could be a Star Wars fan for over 40 years. And now, like, someone like Ryan Johnson comes in and tells you to, like, shut up. Oh, maybe Star Wars just isn't for you. It's like, no, maybe Star Wars isn't for you.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's really odd.
Yeah.
There's a really odd feeling like permeating out of that fandom right now. I mean, both sides, the fans and the creators.
Well, on our video last night, I brought up the fact like that our first album, and we're no Star Wars. Let me be very clear.
Yeah.
Obviously, not really anything else is, but if say you were a fan of our first album and then we put out action figures, and then you went on Twitter and you're like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, what is this? It's a synth pop album. Mm-hmm. This is not what I was a fan of. I'd have to be like, yeah, you're right.
Right.
You got us on that one. This is not what you became a fan of. It's different. Well, we changed directions out of necessity, basically. It's like, it's not like, well, it was like we can't play those songs anymore as a two-piece, so we have to do something different, and that's what we did, and we're doing something fun with it. But the difference between that and what they're doing with Star Wars is they're changing the direction drastically, and they could do what everyone wants them to do very easily. They could continue making the Star Wars movies everyone wants, but instead they're like, no, we have a different vision for it.
This is the story that needs to be told.
Yeah.
And then you didn't even like fucking tell a story.
Yeah, it
wasn't even a good story.
You just got rid of the story that JJ set up in episode 7.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what the story was supposed to be.
And it's like, and we've talked about it before, but it's like when a casual fan watches it and dislikes it, that's your issue. They're not, the Star Wars creators are attacking like the long-time hardcore like neckbeard fans.
Yeah.
But like those aren't the people they need to be focused on. They need to be focusing on the fact that like the general audience didn't like it.
Exactly.
My mom watched it the other day and was texting me the entire time like, what is going on? Like, why this, what's that, why is this? And I was just like, I don't fucking know. It's like a dumb decision.
And it's like it or not, the general audience has gotten their idea of what Star Wars is from the neckbeards,
Yeah.
if you want to call them that.
I
I
mean,
think that's a
yeah.
bad thing to. It's just
We're
like the
not
people.
trying to generalize. It's like I am probably just as much of a Star Wars fan as your neckbeard fan.
Well, I think you would fall into the neckbeard
Yeah,
category
I would.
because you've been a fan for a long time. You know the lore, and you want it to make sense.
Right.
And that's like what they're criticizing.
Right.
So, and people in the general public have an idea of who these characters are, even though they don't know all the lore, they don't know the backstory to every single event that's happened, but they have a pretty good idea of who Luke is. They know who Han is. They know Leia.
Right.
And now they know that, like, well, you're really not going to get these characters anymore, and they kind of got rid of them in very odd ways.
Right.
And they've taken very strange turns with these things, and it's like, I don't really care.
You didn't give your new characters that you introduced enough time to build up
Yeah.
to then replace your old characters with these new ones. It just feels forced and hollow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't know. Yeah, it's just the general audience just didn't get it.
Because there's not much to get.
There's not much to get. Nothing happens in the whole movie.
And then Solo failed the hardest of any Star Wars movie
right.
ever. And
Yeah, but what I was going to say was, the thing is, Disney, I feel like they, everybody's really upset about The Last Jedi, and they're really, like, mad about the story and this and that, but Disney is probably coming from a place, well, like, in their minds, it's like, well, you can't say you didn't like it because it made, like, $1.3 billion at the box office.
Yeah.
So obviously you guys went and saw it. It's like, yeah, I went and saw it because it's a Star Wars movie, but it fucking sucked.
Yeah. But people aren't going back to see it again.
No.
It didn't do what Force Awakens did.
No.
And like I said, look what Solo did after that.
Right.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
It's the first Star Wars movie ever to actually lose money.
Right.
If you lose money with a Star Wars movie,
You're doing something wrong.
you're doing a lot wrong. So I don't even know.
It's frustrating.
It is kind of a fun time to just watch it. It's interesting how everything's playing out. Like, I don't
want to know what's going to happen. I
Yeah.
still want to know what's going to happen, and it sucks because, like, I still want to be a fan, but if
Yeah.
it's going to start putting out shitty movies.
You
like,
do, but it's almost like when wrestling, like the on-screen product is really bad, people become more interested in what's going on behind the scenes because they want to know why everything is awful as it is, And that's what's happening with Star Wars. It's like the on-screen product sucks right now. And so the fans just have to find something interesting to occupy themselves with, and that's the backstage drama that's happening right now.
And
So
I don't think, like, the new expanded universe is, like, fleshing out or living up to what the legends do,
yeah,
because it's all being set in the same, like, time frame. They're trying to, from what I understand, like, my impression of, because I haven't read a lot of it, they're just keeping in, like, this specific window of time to where they can relate everything to the movies, or they can be like, oh, well, this happened in the movie, and now this is what comes out of it, or this is the lead up to that, or this is this and this, and it's like, I don't give a shit. I want to know what happened 5,000 years ago in the Star Wars universe.
yeah.
Somebody already wrote about it, but you erased that. So make up something else. They're not doing it.
It's not the story that needs to be told right now.
Fuck right. I was a fan of his, and I am not anymore.
A lot of people feel the same way.
Yeah.
I remember being excited when I found out, the guy who did Looper is doing Star Wars.
He fucking failed, and then is being a hole to all the fans.
And a huge dick to Mark Hamill. Yeah.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating. He's frustrating, and he's just not good. He's not Not good. Not a fan anymore. Not
Well,
a fan of Ryan Johnson.
There you have it. Super Divorce does not like Ryan Johnson.
Nope.
So it's very easy to talk about Star Wars right now. So maybe we'll just do more Star Wars videos
Yeah.
as we move along. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna get off here. We went for 20 minutes just now.
Oh my gosh.
So
Pretty good.
yeah. So thanks, Bender, for joining us live.
I need to join you more often.
Yeah, maybe we can figure that out before you leave and get you signed in.
Where am I leaving? Where am I going? Oh, yes.
It's like
my
just-
home. Well, see you later.
All right.
Sweet.
Too sweet.